Magic.
Hey everybody, Pastor Jim here with another driving message with Pastor Jim. So yesterday I was driving somewhere. I think I was to the storage unit, and I heard, before I saw the car, I heard the car, and there was a car that was very loud and obnoxious on the outside. You know, that kind of sound, and it was this, ugh. And it made me think that probably it sounded better on the inside than it did on the outside. Because if it sounded that bad on the inside too, I would do something about it. I would fix my muffler or something. I don't know. So, but it reminded me of a message and a story from the Bible and a scripture. When God said, okay, I'm done with King Saul. I'm done with him. You're going to have to find another king. So God told Samuel to go to a guy in Bethlehem named Jesse, and it was going to be one of his sons. And Samuel was like, oh, this is going to be sweet. I can't wait. And so he goes to Jesse's house. Jesse brings out, Samuel is telling him a little bit about it, and Jesse brings out his sons, and he looks at the first guy and he's like, oh yeah, this must be the guy. And God said, no. And then the second guy, hey, this must be the guy. No. He went through all the sons, and then he was like, wait, do you have another son somewhere? And Jesse's like, yes. My son David, he's out in the fields watching the sheep. And Samuel said, go get him. And so David comes in. He's this young man, kind of handsome but ruddy looking and not very big. And Samuel thought to himself, this is the guy? And God said, yep. And then it reminded me of a scripture in 1 Samuel 16:7. People like us, we look at the outward appearance of someone. We don't see what's on the inside, but God sees what's on the inside. David was a man after God's own heart. And just like that car sounded terrible on the outside, but probably sounded good on the inside, David was a man who was great on the inside because he loved God and he had a destiny. God had a plan for him, and it was going to be awesome. And David, I can't wait to talk to David in heaven. It's going to be one of those things I can't wait to talk to him and find out, a little bit about some of the stories and how he felt going against that giant. But David was a great, great man after God's own heart. God looks on the inside. I know it's easy to kind of judge somebody by the way they look, judge a book by its cover, that kind of thing. But once you figure out that God looks at the inside of you, you're going to worry more about the inside than you worry about the outside. I mean, yeah, you should take care of yourself and all that good stuff, but God looks at the inside. Get the inside good. Get the inside good, and you are going to be golden. All right. Well, that's the message for everybody. Raise both hands and say, God, thank you for loving me. Help me to realize it's what's on the inside that counts. Stuff like integrity and loyalty and just, just stuff like that. Being good on the inside is what God looks at. All right, y'all. That's his message for today. Have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.
Magic.